I'll define the focus clearly, then move into the speech. Part focus. This part explains why constant mental pressure and emotional suppression quietly drain your energy. Even when your life looks calm on the surface, you feel tired. Not the kind of tired that sleep fixes. Not the kind that comes from effort or movement. This tiredness is deeper. It stays with you. You wake up already carrying it. Psychology has a clear explanation for this, and it starts with something simple. Your mind does not rest the way your body does. Your body knows how to stop. Your muscles release, your breath slows, your heart adjusts, but your mind can stay active for days, weeks, years, and when it does, it drains you quietly. Not dramatically, not all at once, slowly. You may not notice it happening, because it feels normal. You think, you plan, you replay. Conversations, you prepare for things that haven't happened. You analyze things that already ended. You tell yourself, this is just being responsible, just being aware, just being thoughtful. But your nervous system does not see it that way. To your brain, constant thinking looks like constant demand. Every thought requires energy, every decision costs something. Every unresolved question stays open, and open loops consume power. Psychology calls this cognitive load. It means the weight your mind carries at all times. Not the big problems, only the small ones. 2. What you forgot to reply to, what you should improve, what might go wrong, what someone meant by what they said. These thoughts do not shout, they whisper. And whispers are harder to silence. Your brain evolved to solve problems. Once a problem is solved, energy is released. But modern life creates problems that do not end. Social pressure, ambiguous expectations, endless information. There is no clear finish line. So your brain stays on, and a brain that stays on cannot recover, even when you sleep. This is why you can sleep 8 hours and still feel empty. Your body rested, your mind did not. But mental load is only one layer. There is something deeper, something more exhausting. Emotional suppression. You have learned to hold things, and you do it automatically. You stay composed, you stay polite, you stay functional. You do what is required, but emotions that are not expressed do not disappear. They stay active beneath awareness. Psychology shows that suppressed emotion requires constant control. Control takes energy. Imagine holding a door closed. Behind it is pressure. As long as you hold the door, nothing spills out, but your arms get tired. This is what happens when you suppress frustration, when you ignore disappointment, when you silence grief, when you minimize anger. You tell yourself it's fine. You move on, but your nervous system stays engaged because it knows something is unfinished. Unprocessed emotion keeps your body in a low-level stress state. Not panic, not fear, just tension, and tension is expansive. Your muscles stay slightly tight. Your breathing stays shallow. Your heart rate stays elevated. You don't notice it, but your system never fully powers down. This is why rest doesn't feel restorative. Because rest only works when safety is present. And safety is not just physical, it is emotional. If your system believes something is unresolved, it stays alert. Psychology calls this background stress. It runs silently. You function through it. You adapt to it until you forget what relaxed actually feels like. Another factor adds to this. Attention. Your attention is constantly pulled. Notifications, news, messages, not screens. Your brain switches tasks rapidly. Psychology calls this context switching. Each switch costs energy. Not much, but it adds up. Your brain was not designed to shift focus every few seconds. It was designed for depth, for continuity. When attention fragments, fatigue increases. Not physical fatigue, mental fatigue. You feel foggy, unmotivated, and then you blame yourself. You think you are lazy, unfocused, undisciplined. You are not. Your brain is overloaded. There is another hidden drain. Decision fatigue. Every choice uses mental resources. What to eat, what to say, what to wear, what to prioritize. Modern life multiplies decisions, and even small ones count. By the end of the day, your decision system is depleted. This affects your mood, your patience, your energy. You feel exhausted without having done much, but internally, you have done a lot. Now we reach something important. Your sense of meaning. Psychology shows that effort feels lighter when meaning is clear. When meaning fades, everything feels heavy. If you are doing things without emotional reward, your energy drops. Not immediately. Gradually, you keep going out of habit, out of responsibility, out of expectation. But your nervous system asks a quiet question. Why? If there is no satisfying answer, motivation weakens. Energy follows motivation. This is not depression necessarily. It is existential fatigue, a tiredness that comes from IGNMENT, from living slightly away from what matters to you. You may not even know what you want anymore. That uncertainty itself is draining your mind. Keep searching. Searching uses energy. Now combine all of this. Mental load, emotional suppression, fragmented attention, decision, fatigue, unclear meaning. Individually, each is manageable. Together, they exhaust you. And because the exhaustion is psychological, you try to fix it physically. More sleep, more caffeine, more rest. These help a little, but they don't reach the source. Psychology makes something clear that energy is not just fuel. It is permission. Your nervous system must feel allowed to rest. That permission comes from resolution, from expression, from clarity, from boundaries. When you name what you feel, control relaxes. When you finish mental loops, load decreases. When you protect attention, fatigue lifts. When you reduce unnecessary decisions, strength returns. When meaning is restored, energy follows. This is not about doing more. It is about carrying less. You are not broken. You are overextended internally. Your tiredness is not weakness. It is a signal, a respectful one, it says. Something needs to be acknowledged. Something needs to be closed. Something needs to be felt. Psychology does not judge this. It explains it, and explanation brings relief. Because once you understand why you are tired, you stop fighting yourself. you begin listening, and listening is the first step toward real rest.